Yo, welcome back to another episode of Investors Playbook Live. As always, you have your co-host Deshaun and Cornell. And as always, we come with stock market news, stock market tips, stock market updates, and what a week it has been since we joined y'all last week. Um, a lot has happened in the world, right? As you know, you have Iran doing what it does. Them and Israel are at ends right now. And then also we have large companies like Amazon striking deals with nuclear power plant companies or nuclear companies. So we're just going to dive in today with a couple of different facts and just really give an idea of where we think, well, not even where we think, what has happened so far with the market with that news. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what we believe could potentially happen moving forward. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting episode as always. Cornell, I'm going to let you kick it off. I know you've been doing a ton of research on the war with Iran and Israel, and yeah, we definitely want to see how have you seen that affect the stock market so far.
All right. Of course, it's always unfortunate when war is going on. Of course, with the bombings between Iran and Israel, very unfortunate. But with us, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about like what's going on with money during these times. In times of war, of course, there's global market volatility. Stock markets around the world are likely to drop. Uh, Due to the aftermath of war. Investors are in fear, they're in uncertainty, they don't know what's going on. And also, you have sectors that are affected in different ways. So you have the energy sector because Iran is a major oil producer, and conflict within the Middle East could disrupt our oil supply routes, which it has. Because I just saw an article today, actually, that
Hmm.
came out about 5 hours ago that said oil has rose 4%.
Oil prices?
Oil prices, yes.
Dang, yeah, that's not looking forward to that because
Yeah.
it's already ridiculous out here in Cali.
And this
Um,
is this is one of the results that come from, Iran. This drives up the oil prices, which benefits energy stocks.
yeah, because so wait, like increasing oil prices raises the value of energy stocks because they use okay, I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
um yeah, and I mean that's one of the things that we want to make sure we talk about, and all y'all who are listening, we definitely want to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you as always. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Right now we're diving deep into the most recent news that has happened, right? We're talking about the conflict between Iran and Israel. We're talking about Amazon striking a deal with the nuclear power plant company or the nuclear company, and really how that is affecting the stock market. How is that affecting a lot of these companies? We talked a good bit about nuclear power as well, and I know we were talking about oil prices, and we'll definitely circle back and make sure that we continue talking about some of the other changes that we're seeing in the stock market due to the war. um, but we also do want to make sure that people are aware that as oil prices go up, there is that other side of energy, that artificial intelligence that is leaning on a new way to power itself, right? And that's where Amazon comes in. And I guess not to get too far off, we'll talk about the Amazon deal with the nuclear power company. But go ahead, Cornell, continue more about some of the news. I know not just oil companies, but of course, in times of conflict, you have those military companies, those DoD companies that are also getting that influx. It could be due to fear, it could be due to their need. Right now, we are not part of the Iran Israel war right now, but news is saying otherwise soon. We'll see. But I imagine that that is definitely going to affect some of these DoD companies, your Lockheed Martins, your Northrop Grumman's, your um, Raytheons, all those, and especially the Palantirs of the world, right? Which right now is doing quite well.
Yeah.
So,
So they did talk about the possibility of the U.S. possibly getting involved. It's
hmm
always a possibility, but no one has said, yeah, we're definitely going to interject or anything to this point, up to this point. But yeah, as you said, because of the increased demand for military technology, there are certain military defense stocks that are going crazy right now. Raytheon is up about 27% year to date, which is
mm,
extremely good, especially when people are expecting 10% returns in an entire year.
yeah, that's amazing. I think a funny thing though is that you have companies like Raytheon that are defense stocks, and you have the other side of that, things like Lockheed Martin, same defense stocks, but just though they're in the same sector, they perform differently, right? And that is a whole nother topic in itself. Um, but yeah, it's like, what is the golden ticket in the different sectors that we're looking at? So, because Raytheon right now is performing better than the rest, right?
Then Northrop Grumman
hmm
and
Lockheed,
Lockheed Martin, yes.
yeah, got
Yep.
you.
So we also have Palantir, as you said, which is up
hmm
over 80% year to date, which is insane.
Yeah. I think something else that happens in times of fear is people look for more um, safe assets, right? They start to shift towards things like gold. And we've seen gold has been doing a number this year, right? Um, since year to date, what gold is up, I think you were looking at it earlier, 60% or so.
28% year to date.
28% year to
Also,
date. I was
yeah.
thinking of something else with 60, but 28% year to date, halfway through the year, gold is up almost 30%. So we can see that that is also an asset that doesn't move as fast. Of course, it's behaving a little differently now. 28% is not normal for gold. But this year, we're seeing a lot of people kind of buying into the idea that gold is going to keep pumping up. What that means, I'm not sure, right? What does that mean for the future of gold, the US dollar? Who knows? But right now, gold is definitely seeing a huge increase in interest from a lot of investors. So I think goes into that goes into the idea that people are going to lean more towards these safe investments and not always go towards the risky ones. But speaking of what people think is risky, you got Bitcoin going crazy still above 109,000. I know it's at 100. I don't know if it hit 110, but definitely at a.
It did hit 100, 110, but it fell back down to about 104 yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Um,
That is
so
a
still doing
volatile.
well.
Yeah.
Still doing well, especially because just last year, Bitcoin was like $40,000. So people
Mm,
have to realize that we talked about this in an earlier episode. You got to learn how to zoom out because yeah, it might have taken a $7,000 hit in the past week, but last year Bitcoin was $40,000. It's up over 100% from that.
hmm
So we got to
Yeah.
think about that, and we also have to take into account we have countries, we have states, we have presidents, we have senators. All of these people are investing in Bitcoin. Do you think they're doing this for no reason?
Yeah. The proof is in the pudding, man. The writing's on the wall.
These are the most
It's
informed people in the world.
yeah.
Trump, now most of his net worth is now made up of cryptocurrency.
Yep.
Before his
And
presidency, that was not the case.
right. And if you want to cry insider trading, you can do that all you want. But
He's immune.
if you follow Trump's tweets, he tells you what to invest in. He tells you when to invest too, to keep it a buck. Like, I still can't get over the fact that he told people, all right, now's a good time to invest. As soon as he said that, a week later, stock market up. It's it's stuff like that, man. But simple things like this are a reason again why we are on this show, because not everyone follows the same information and news that we follow. So we just want to make sure that you all are abreast to what's happening, which If we're are we still talking about the war? Because I was gonna switch to the Amazon, but let me know if there's still some more topics that you want to hit. So in that same breath, we had a episode a couple months ago where we talked about Microsoft striking a deal to reopen 3 Mile Island. They struck a deal with Constellation Energy, a 10-year plan. And this was along the same lines that we were talking about SMR, which is small modular reactors. We were talking about quantum computing. We were basically hinting at the fact that all of this AI technology is going to need a new form of power. And just this past week, Amazon, another one of the big hitters, struck a deal with a company called Talon Energy, which is a nuclear power company. All right. This says up to 192 megawatts of carbon free electricity will supply Amazon's adjacent data center campus. And this deal extends through 2042. What is that? 15 years? 16 years? I don't even. That's a long time from now. So you're talking about them striking a deal that's going to last longer than a decade, okay, with this nuclear power company. And you have to understand that though nuclear energy does sound scary, and in the wrong hands, it can definitely do some serious damage. The way the world is going and how much energy we're going to need to power the things that we're creating is kind of an inevitable, right? Just like how a lot of people didn't want to get on the AI train and avoid it, this nuclear power is coming. So the best thing that you could do is learn as much as you can about it. If you see that there's a good investment in any of these companies, I don't think Talent Energy is a public company. I'm not seeing a ticker for it, but we did mention SMR. So that is one that you can look up. And of course, Amazon is a part of this topic as well. Same with Microsoft, same with Constellation Energy. All these companies understanding the need for more energy when it comes to this AI race. And right now, AI is like king. Whoever can get to the fastest AI, right? That's what all the companies are looking for right now. How can we make AI better, faster, stronger, smarter? How can we implement AI to do tasks? So, yeah, AI is one of those things that we talk about a lot on the show because I mean, it's what is you can't not talk about artificial intelligence right now. It's kind of hard not to. So, um,
And
yeah.
the thing
Oh,
is,
go ahead.
AI is AI is still slick ground floor. Um, it just became Chat GPT just became like open to the public. I want to say when did we go to
Like
Hawaii? I think that
three,
was
four
like
years ago. Yeah,
yeah, about like 3 years ago, man. And look at the strides that it's made so far. Like now they're doing text to video.
yeah,
Like you're scrolling Instagram and you see things that seemingly look real, but it's AI, and you can only tell because something crazy happens in it.
yeah,
Like it's getting so ridiculous. I feel not even I feel like now is the worst time possible to not be invested in AI. If you're
yeah,
sitting here watching this go on, you're not investing in these big companies that are um that are proven, like Microsoft, Nvidia. They're proven. Amazon, Apple, they're proven, and they're all getting into AI. If you're not invested in these, I just don't know what to say.
yeah. I will
It's like,
say too,
yeah,
t- Talon, it actually is a publicly traded company. TLN, that's the ticker. So
TL.
TLN, TLN is the ticker for Talon. They just struck um, I think that's 15 years today. What is it? The 2020? What is that? 18 years? That's a strange number, but they struck a deal that's over 10 years long. It's supposed to conclude in 2042 with Amazon. So TLN and Amazon are in a partnership um, to increase the power that Amazon is going to be needing to generate their facilities. And like Cornell said, man, if you're not utilizing AI, that's one thing. But also, if you are not investing in these companies, it really you're doing yourself a disservice. Um, and we're telling you, or we're giving you an idea of what companies to investigate more on, right? Those SMRs, those TLNs, and we already talked about Amazon and Microsoft enough on this show. So you already know that we both think that those companies are great. So yeah, we come bringing fresh companies, making sure that people are aware of the different trades that are happening. It's not a secret. This is regular news as long as you know where to look. And if you're watching this right now, then yeah, you now know that Amazon and TLN have an agreement. You are now aware of Constellation Energy and Microsoft. So the real question is, what are you going to do with this information, right? What happens next? Are you going to invest or are you just going to sit on the sidelines? So yeah, man.
And I know that
Uh,
you brought up quantum computers, so I just want to say something about that
yeah.
also. Jensen, the CEO for Nvidia, he actually said well, he actually announced like optimistic outlook on quantum computing, like saying that it's
Mhm.
nearing its inflection point. You see what I'm saying? So that right there is big. He didn't just come on and say that for no reason.
Right.
Before things before people make things public, like these big companies like that, I promise you, they're testing these things for a long amount of time, and they're seeing it. They're making sure that it's going to really be a thing that is really going to happen. You see what I'm saying? He's
Mhm.
not talking out the side of his neck. So when someone as big as the CEO for Nvidia says something like that, who is creating the Nvidia is creating the infrastructure for AI. This is the company that all other companies need. If the CEO of this company is saying that quantum computing is nearing its inflection point, I would listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
I
again,
listen.
yeah, they're saying it. All right. The people are saying it, you gotta listen, you gotta act. It's up to you though. So yeah, man. Another well, what's up? How we feeling? Another banger episode. We talked about really the strife between Iran and Israel, how that's affecting the market. And of course, we tapped on Amazon striking a deal with TLN or Talon Energy. So if you missed any of that, go back, rewatch it. We appreciate you all, as always, for tuning in. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. It really means a lot. We appreciate all the time. You could be anywhere, but you spent it here listening to us talk about investing in money. So we definitely appreciate it as always. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you know someone who has been saying, I want to start investing. I want to get into investing. I want to learn more about investing. Share this video with them so that they can get off the sidelines as well. All right. We all can get to this money. It's in abundance. There's no need for us to keep any secrets. So, yeah, with
All
that,
right. And I don't know if we've announced it, but Investors Playbook will be at InvestFest again this year,
oh,
August.
yeah,
Okay, it's at the end of August. So if you see us or if you are going to be there, make sure you look for us. Come say hey. Let's have a conversation about money.
appreciate y'all. See y'all in Atlanta. Or
Peace.
before that, see y'all next week.
For
We
sure.
out.
Peace.
Peace.